Star Command, this thing on my arm is a sticker. Oh! Happy New Year, everyone, and what better way to ring in the new year of 2015 than with a look at the original Theme Park of the Future! No, not that one. Actually, probably that one, metaphorically. I'm talking about EPCOT! This is part one of my three-part 30 Years of EPCOT retrospective. First released on October 24th, 2012, 30 years to the day after Epcot Center's grand opening ceremonies. As you can see, I am not in Epcot. I am in front of The Little Mermaid Ariel's Undersea Adventure, which you may remember I promised to review last time. Be sure to join me next time when I review the other big ride that opened at the Disneyland Resort last summer, The Little Mermaid Ariel's Undersea Adventure. Well, for a variety of incredibly stupid reasons, each incredibly stupider than the last, that did not happen. Maybe someday. How's that rascal some jerk gonna talk his way out of this one? Hi. I know it's been a really, really long time, again, and I know I promised my next video would be on DCA's new Little Mermaid ride, but something happened. Something bad. So after waiting 22 years, which is only 6 years older than Ariel herself, is this half-fish cartoon ride worth the wait, or just dead weight? Let's find out, shall we? So you can see right away from the queue that this isn't the Mermaid ride.
Mermaids don't have rides, they have gills.
Sweet mother of God, it's Chris Hansen.
Why don't you take a seat? Just take a seat. On the floor, please. So, who exactly were you trying to do here?
I was trying to...
Really? Because I have the transcript right here, and it says that you were trying to ride a 16-year-old half-fish cartoon.
That's not what I meant.
He thought his talking would trick us into tolerance of his fishy fetish. But little did he know, he'd soon be dangling from a hook named Hansen.
How are you doing that?
This is the voice of God, jerk. And I created Christ Hansen in my perfect image. 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 My perfect image.
You also called her dead weight? Now that's just not nice. Teenage girls, they're very self-conscious about their bodies and their pulses.
They always told me Satan would be attractive.
And then you said, let's find out, shall we? Now that's bound to be a sexual slang term somewhere. If not, it totally should be. Anyway, I'm Chris Hansen, and...
You're sadistic and crazy!
Cops outside. I knew I was forgetting something.
So anyway, I've been on the run from Disneyland ever since. Hitchhiking mostly. I've crossed at least 7 state lines, and at this point I have literally no idea where I am. But you know what? Screw it, it's been too long. I'm just going to find the nearest theme park celebrating a milestone, and I'll do a review on that. Oh, nifty. To all who come to this happy place, welcome. I'm some jerk with a camera. Experimental prototype community of tomorrow. In all of Disney history, has there ever been a more frustrating acronym? It's been 30 years since the opening of Epcot Center, and it still inspires countless arguments. It's Walt Disney's last dream. It almost bankrupted the company. There's no other theme park like it for a reason. There's booze. My feet hurt. It's educational. I want to go to Magic Kingdom. Well, we took the wrong monorail, so we're here now. We took the wrong monorail because you can't read, Dad. Well, you were a horrible mistake. I forgot to wear a mitten.
Jerk.
Like all acronyms, EPCOT may sound like a particularly nasty STD, but unlike an STD, EPCOT began as a wondrous burst of output which led to a lifetime of painful regret. It began life at Disney in the early 60s in heavy secrecy under the name Project X. And once Walt was finished videotaping teenagers putting a car in the pool, he called it a movie and his life on the planet was complete. But then he got bored and decided to make Disney World. Hey, last night I got bored and I watched Project X. Where's my millions of tourists? Didn't have Matthew Broderick or a chimp. Having already conquered the worlds of film, television, and tourism, Walt's next step, seemingly, was to flat out take over the world.
Of course!
He wanted to take everything he'd learned from Disneyland and apply it towards building a real city, an experimental prototype community of tomorrow, if you will, a place where the titans of industry could all open headquarters and grant the populace early access to their latest and greatest innovations, thus making EPCOT a perpetual city of the future.
So in a way, Walt had the idea for Silicon Valley before Silicon Valley, only his zeros were mouse ears and his ones were bulimic princesses. But of course, the same uncreative businessmen who swore Disneyland would never work now just wanted another Disneyland they knew would work. I wish that didn't make sense.
Hi, I'm Walt Disney.
Hi, I'm a wealthy businessman.
I want to make the first sound cartoon.
You fool, that'll never work.
I want to make the first feature-length cartoon.
You fool, that'll never work.
I want to build Me-Land.
You fool, that'll never
Hey,
work.
look, I built Me-Land and it worked.
Good, now build more of them.
No, now I want to build a city of the future.
You fool, that'll never work.
Then I want to discover the secret to cold fusion.
You fool, that'll never work.
Then I want to build a slaughterhouse that'll manufacture cows by running backwards.
You fool, that'll never work.
Then I want to breed a race of super intelligent pancakes that can tell time and build rockets and go to Mars and feed all the Martians so much that they get fat and blow up and give us all free fireworks.
Are you high?
Nope, the only things I smoke put a tumor in my neck and kill me.
Seriously, if you don't turn my money into more money, I'll guillotine your whole family.
What? He's bluffing.
So, a compromise was reached. To appease the bankers, the project would be called Disney World, and it would include another Disneyland-esque theme park. But as far as Walt was concerned, EPCOT was the raison d'etre. EPCOT was to be the Fantasia to Disneyland's Snow White, preferably without the crushing failure this time. Even for Walt, it was probably too ambitious, and had he succeeded, who knows where he would have stopped? A Disney state? A Disney country? A Disney planet? A Disney galaxy? Would every cell in the universe have grown mouse ears? Would the mouse ears have grown mouse ears? Have grown mouse ears? Have grown mouse ears? Have grown mouse ears? Have grown mouse ears?
The Walt Disney Company has never conspired to control the world. They know nothing about the secret program which does not even exist, where Bolivian mice are certainly not being trained to crawl inside human brains and control them. Please enjoy this clip of a monkey wearing a hat.
Monkey. So after scouting up and down the East Coast, Walt settled on Central Florida for the location of his new Waltopia because nothing stimulates industry like 900% humidity and complaining bunny rabbits.
You know what else? People in Florida always misuse the word literally. That literally makes my head explode every
Phil?
time.
That episode was 15 months ago. Have you been bitching about Florida this whole time?
No, every so often I bitch about Glee for 10 minutes. There's multiple threads in the rich tapestry of things that piss me off. The great circle of bitch, if you will.
Well, whatever makes you unhappy.
And here's another stupid thing. Have you heard about this new race of Bolivian mice that can crawl inside the human brain?
Before too long, Disney bought up a mass of Florida swampland twice the size of Manhattan, and before even less long, Walt was showing off his new toy on camera.
By far, the most important part of our Florida project will be our experimental prototype city of tomorrow. It's the most exciting and challenging assignment we've ever tackled. Speaking for myself and the entire Disney organization, we're ready to go right now.
And cue the cancer. My work is done here. That's a life, people! Strike the set, burn him, say you froze him. Even in the sad face of Uncle Walt's tragic nicotine-induced demise, God bless him, the remains of the company finished the Florida project as best as they could without him. They even added his first name to the place in tribute. Trouble is, Walt was really never one to hire people who could lead for him, and the Walt Disney Company without him was kind of like a chicken with its head cut off. All the means for going places are still there, but the reasons for doing so are suddenly vague and mysterious.
Here's the precise difference in management in a nutshell. When Walt was around, EPCOT was the priority and the Magic Kingdom was kind of an afterthought because they'd already done Disneyland. But when his brother Roy here was in charge, suddenly the Magic Kingdom became the priority and EPCOT became the afterthought because they'd already done Disneyland. The uncreative businessmen had struck again. Curse you, uncreative businessmen! Someday your reign of tyranny will end. Someday we 99%ers will think of a plan to defeat you.
You fool, that'll never work!
Yeah, you're probably right. Let's see what's on Twitter. Oh, Snooky, your feed is the real happiest place on it.
Me. They've coated me in bronze and left me here to die. Please don't leave. Minnie's so abusive.
What was that, bitch?
Nothing.
So when Roy Disney World opened in '71, it was remarkably Epcot free, and it remained that way throughout the 1970s, perhaps out of fear of never living up to Walt's lofty standards. In the meantime, Hollywood was being taken over by auteur directors, even the children's films, and since the only auteur Disney thought they'd ever need was long dead, their stubbornly bland, family-friendly, what would Walt have done attitude was getting less profitable every year. The one time they tried to make a gritty movie, it didn't go well.
Here is a car who would not take it anymore. A car who rides against the dirt, the scum, the filth, the Dean Jones, the Don Knotts, the Cloris Leachman. Here is some bug who went bananas. Here is...
So when they finally broke ground on Epcot in the late 70s, not only did they not have enough ambition to make it more than just another theme park, they didn't even have enough money to build the theme park, which meant constant reliance on that heartwarming, spirit-lifting American art form of corporate sponsorship. Monopolies, moment makers, bailout takers, eagle killers, tooth rotters, debt creators, and artery cloggers alike were all more than welcome to write enough checks to make a dead man's dream come false. You see, without that dead man around to charismatically sweet-talk these corporate behemoths and disguise all the creative compromises, in order to get their unfiltered corporate narratives across, the sponsors had to somehow outfox this guy.
Why is Disney getting into so many things that are apparently unrelated to the entertainment industry? What can Disney possibly contribute?
Good question, not much. Better leave the contributing to us heroic check signers. Don't worry, we'll do a good job. I mean, not everyone can sign a check as expertly. Ah, dang it, I spelled my name wrong again! This is hard! And speaking of selling out, one of the following products causes the exact same cancer that killed Walt. See if you can guess which one.
By the time Epcot Center was finally ready to open in 1982, it was less a city of the future and more of a permanent World's Fair of next Wednesday. The first thing you'd see as you enter was, and of course still is, Spaceship Earth, Epcot's towering geodesic icon, which to this day is frequently still called the ginormous golf ball. Even by me.
A ginormous golf ball?
Obviously, you're not a golfer.
It's really not that hard a concept to grasp, is it? I mean, it's Spaceship Earth. Spaceship Earth. Designed kind of like a spaceship, but shaped like planet Earth. You see, it's a metaphor, man. It's symbolic of how we're all just passengers on this ginormous spherical spaceship, spinning through the final frontier with a crew of 7 billion. And the people in the third world are probably red shirts. Which brings me to the conspiracy of those Bolivian mice who crawl inside a human brain.
If Spaceship Earth was a golf ball, you'd need a 4,400-foot club and a 700-foot dancing gopher. I gladly volunteer my services.
You're welcome.
From there, Epcot was divided into two subpar subparks. On the north side, Future World, a sort of big, fat, bloated Tomorrowland, giving guests a corporate-sanctioned glimpse at the past, present, and future of the 7 biggest staples of mankind. Energy, technology, communication, transportation, singing food, agriculture, and fever dreams. And on the south side, World Showcase, which replicated landmarks and history from 9 of the world's greatest countries, representing 3 whole continents from 1 whole hemisphere, with God's America right smack dab in the middle.
It's called a salute to all nations, but mostly America.
Great. On opening day, they had 15 pavilions ready to go, inside which you'd find a whopping 13 different rides and attractions. Future World had 4 rides, 2 movies, an interactive area, and an animatronic show about singing food, while World Showcase had 3 film travelogues, 2 of which you had to stand for, a big Ain't America Great animatronic show to supplement the Magic Kingdom's Ain't America Great animatronic show, and exactly 1 ride, El Rio del Tiempo in the Mexico Pavilion. Damn them elitist Mexicans always getting literally everything. There were more rides to get around World Showcase than rides in World Showcase.
And why did so many World Showcase pavilions have gift shops and restaurants, but to this day, no rides? Same reason I decided to add commercial breaks to this show. You're so cute. You're cute. You're cute. No, Andrew Jackson, you're cute. You're just the cute of all of them, aren't you? To be fair, there were plans for more World Showcase rides at one point. They even built queue areas for some of the rides they almost built, but then they just kinda ran out of money. Hey guys, let's ride the Japan ride! Hey guys, let's ride the Italy ride! Hey guys, let's ride the Germany ride! Why is it that Germany, Italy, and Japan all got denied their basic civil rights? It's almost like they formed some sort of axis of powerlessness. This is ridiculous. As a Jewish controller of the media, I hereby demand a Germany ride. That's more like it! Oh, man. You know, I always say, if you kvetch long and hard enough, things will happen to you. Hi, I'm some jerk with a camera. I know that joking about horrible things that happened 7 decades ago is, well, it's just too soon. Please send all complaints to Chris Hansen, care of Chris Hansen Decoy Houses Incorporated. Decoy houses.
At least they're not homeless shelters.
When it came time to advertise Epcot Center, Disney didn't just promise a new theme park or a new science and anthropology museum or even a new city of the future. They promised a rearrangement of time itself! In blatant disregard for Pope Gregory XIII and his dumbass calendar, the 21st century began 17 years and change early when Epcot Center opened its doors. After 3 weeks of soft opening, they officially dedicated the place on October 24th, and on the eve of that auspicious event, CBS aired a 1-hour primetime special to promote the park, which apparently didn't quite have an hour's worth of park to promote. So instead they hired the court jester himself, Danny Kaye, to pad out the special with musical numbers that I swear he's just making up as he goes.
It started a long time ago, continued to flower and grow. From the marvelous mind of that magical man, now the theme of the dream and the fabulous plan.
The dream of the future, the dream of today, the dream of the past when the day was today. And everyone loves this place, or everyone will. And look over there, there's a big giant ball. And look, there's some gum on the ground over there. It looks like Big Red and the rocket's red glare. I once was in movies and now I do this. Da-da-da-da, Merry Christmas to me. I honestly can't tell whether or not the editor was trying to be ironic, but I swear to every possible god I didn't alter any of this.
The most thrilling sight one could see, with visions of things yet to be.
Ah, yes, those nifty dinosaurs of the future. I can't wait for Apple to release the new Tyrannosaurus Rex. I'm gonna wait in line around the block to get torn to shreds.
A brilliant design of incredible scope, constructed of miracles.
Ah, yes, the miracle of paying people to do manual labor for you. When Jesus came up with that miracle, it proved he was Jewish.
This world of wonders will astound you with fantasies that you can touch.
So, Mr. Editor, what fantastical visuals are you putting under the word fantasy? How about that scene in The American Adventure that depicts poor black people? Perfect! I've never seen one of those in my life. Aren't they like leprechauns or something? I don't know, but the kids seem to like their music. Well, they'll like this music even more! I can't stop humming it! Da 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 da. I got paid to make these decisions. I got paid to make these decisions. And alongside the very old Danny Kaye was a very young Drew Barrymore, fresh off that immortal family cinema classic that Disney didn't make because they were too busy wondering what Walt would have done.
What's so special about the future?
Well, you see, the future contains all the hopes and the dreams of the past and the present. It's really quite wonderful.
In the future, my dear, you'll show your naughty parts to this man and play the love interest of this man twice.
Kill me now!
We're going out into the past and the future, past those walls into the land of energy and motion and communication, covering thousands of years of progress.
Maybe I should bring a snack. Never mind, I'm good!
Sure, the special is kind of cheesy and dull and slow,
and sometimes vaguely racist, but it does have a certain charm to it, and again, it's kind of a nifty time capsule. And of course, it's yet another perfect basis for history's greatest game show, Is It Still There?
Hello and welcome to the only game show I've ever seen, Is It Still There? I'm Doggins, filling in for some jerk with a camera who's on maternity leave. Let's meet our contestants from GeekVision.tv, it's Some Jerk with a Camera. And from
ChannelAwesome.com,
it's Some Jerk with a Camera. Okay, jerks, you both know the rules. You both had your sound effects painfully extracted and painfully replaced with new ones. Let's play the game.
World of Motion, depicted as...
Jerk.
No, it is not still there.
Correct. 10 points. Next question.
Communicore, the centralized...
Jerk.
Nope, not still there.
Correct. Next question. The... Jerk.
No, whatever you were about to say is not still there.
Correct. Next. Jerk.
No.
Correct. Okay, with the score tied at 70 million to 70 million, we now go straight into our super ultra mega freako bonus round.
Did they ever build it? The Africa Pavilion, introduced by consultant and Roots author Alex Haley, promised to bring actual authentic diversity to World Showcase while highlighting an off-maligned continent. Great idea, right?
We'll see you in about a year.
Did that 1 year turn into 30 and counting, or did they ever build it? Jerk.
Trick question, they did build it in Animal Kingdom.
Are you accusing me of resorting to trick questions?
No,
You're calling me a liar?
No,
Silly moron, tricks are for jerks.
The only sponsor they could find was the government of South Africa, and apparently even Disney's not that evil, so the Africa Pavilion was never built.
That means the winner is Some Jerk with a Camera!
Whoa!
Jerk, that means you have to be Jerk's personal slave for a year.
Alright. Your name is Tony. Say it! What's your name? Some Jerk with a Camera. Your name is Tony!
Join us next week as we try to squeeze even more repulsive joke milk out of the battered teats of Is It Still There?
Will EPCOT truly become the 21st century premonition it seems to be? Will Jerk realize that $20 bill is counterfeit?
What?
Will Doggins realize that we stopped filming him an hour ago? Tune in next time for those and no other answers!
Boom goes London, boom Paris. More room for you and more room for me. In every city, the whole world round will just be another American town. Oh, how peaceful it will be. We'll set everybody free. You wear a Japanese kimono, baby, be Italian shoes to me. They all hate us anyhow, so let's drop the big one now.
Have you heard about this new race of Bolivian mice that can crawl inside the human brain? As not a human, that does not, bother me so much. Death to the human!
Get me to the stage, let the party begin. Open up the door and let everyone in, 'cause you know we're rocking all around the world.
What's an EPCOT?